And welcome back to 4-1 Forward. Every child wants and deserves a loving family.
Charonne Ganiere knows all too well what that means. She and her husband are licensed foster parents, and you've been foster parents for about 7 years now. You've fostered at least 7 kids, and you've adopted 3. One thing I want to talk to you about is, can you talk about the emotional connection that you have with these children, and sometimes that you have to break when they go back to their families?
Absolutely. Well, we always say that every child that comes through our door, through foster care or otherwise, is a part of our family. And the thing that we hear from people more than anything is, I couldn't do foster care, I could never give them back. And the thing is, we don't know if we can either. But every time that we're asked to, we send these children that have become part of our family and part of our hearts, we send them off with love, because we know that children belong in families, and children belong in their first family if they're able to be there.
So why did you want to become a foster parent? How did you get involved with Children's Hospital of Wisconsin?
You know, our eyes were just kind of open to foster care, to the children in care, to their parents, to the biological family members. There's so many people connected to these kids that love these kids. And we just wanted to be a part of the story, and a part of loving them, a part of loving their family, and just a part of doing good that way.
Tell me this, can you kind of dispel some of the myths that people have about fostering, so that maybe you can encourage some other parents to step forth?
Some of the myths.
Yeah, I mean, some people, like you said, the giving back.
Did you have any roadblocks when you were thinking about doing it? You were like, okay, what do we have to do? And did you find it an easier process than maybe what you thought could have been accomplished?
Sure. One of a large myth is, right now we are fostering a teen, and there's a lot of
You 17?
17, yes. There's a lot of thinking out there that kids might be in foster care because they did something wrong.
Right.
And that's absolutely not true. They're in there through no fault of their own. They're great kids. They want love, they want to be loved, they want to be a part of a family. And sometimes they do have walls that are built up from the things that they have gone through. And we've really learned that you have to get to know them, and you have to parent them from their need
and where they're at, right? I'm sure. Tell me this, there are many types of licensing for adoption as well as for fostering, like general fostering, emergency, treatment. What type of license did you guys end up getting?
We have an emergency license.
So that means someone can knock at your door at 3 in the morning and say, I've got 3 kids, Charonne, can you make it happen?
It does.
Okay.
It does. And we have had some of those calls.
And then you ended up adopting 3.
Correct.
What was the process like?
It started with our daughter. She came to us at 3 months old, and we just walked out the foster care process with her. Didn't know what that was going to look like. Came to the time that she needed an adoptive family, and she had been a part of our family all this time, so absolutely, of course, she was going to stay that way. We adopted her at 4 years old. In the meantime, she had a little brother that was born. He ended up needing a home. We said, absolutely, bring him there. Little did we know there would be another brother.
So you have siblings. You have siblings.
We do, yeah.
And that's kind of rare sometimes, that all the kids get to stay together in a forever home.
It is, and it's the most beautiful thing. We certainly didn't intend to adopt 3 little kiddos, but watching them together and watching the bond that they have, that is just something you can't replicate, is so beautiful. And
But you have your hands full with 3, and then you said, but we're still going to foster. Why?
Correct. Because it's still on our hearts to do.
And so when people are watching and they're saying, you know what, maybe this is the opportunity for me. I mean, what would you tell them if they had that cup of coffee with you, you sat down and you say, go for it?
And that's my favorite thing to do, is meeting with people that are interested in this journey, because it's been the hardest thing that we've done with our lives and the most impactful thing that we've done with our lives. It's made us who we are. It's opened our eyes to some of the hurt around us and what we can do to make a difference and make an impact. And it's just grown us and our family in every way possible.
Wow.
Well, Charonne, we thank you very much for sharing your story, and it's been very important to at least the viewers, and to know that there are parents out there like you that are providing that loving family for these children. So thank you.
Thank you.